Hi, my name is Antoinette. I am one of the 144,000 chosen ones. All right, village. Spirit has finally given me permission to give you the long-awaited indictment video. So this is indictment video number 1. I say number 1 because this one right here covers like 32 people, and these are just the people I know. This doesn't even cover the crooked cops, the crooked law clerks, the crooked bank officials, the crooked legal assistants, you know what I mean? The crooked judges. One of them's on here, but the rest of these people, no. This is just the folks that you might know. All right? So, Spirit has given me permission. Roll call, baby. Let's get it. We're going to start with Cleo Johnson. Cleo Johnson received the death penalty and is currently serving time in a Haitian men's facility. Haitian men's facility. Next on the list, we have Gregory Green, who also received the death penalty, and he too is serving time in a Haitian men's facility. You see, these two were planning to go and live by, in the Caribbean, in their little love nest and, live happily ever after off of my riches. Surprise. Next, we have Bessie Miller Bracey, who was indicted and received life. She's going to serve that in a California prison. Next, we have Patricia Williams, who was indicted. She was indicted and she received 20 years, and she's going to serve that in a mental health facility, because clearly you lost your damn mind to kill your children and somebody else's children and your damn parents for money. Next, we have Robert Williams, who also indicted and received 20 years. He too will be serving that in a mental health facility because, again, he and his wife worked together to kill their children for money and life insurance, as well as target me and other family members. Next, we have Roland Eli, who has received life in prison because, after all, guys, this is not his the first go around, second or third. He's way past 3 goddamn strikes. He'll be serving life, and I believe he is currently in an Arizona facility. Ron Eli, also indicted, received 20 years. He is serving that in a California prison. I think he's the most disappointing of all to me. The rest of these assholes, I never doubted it. Ron surprised me. I'm so disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed in you. But I'm not your sister. We're not related, so I get it. No problem. Rogers Willis Jr. was indicted and received life in prison, but decided that he didn't want to serve life and thought that he would jump in his car and head my way and take my life, and I believe lost his life en route. So deceased, yes, or soon to be, that part. Dorcel Hudai, the family slut, Miss Notary herself. Somebody dropped the ball here. I understand all she got was 10 years. How's all this bitch getting for 10 years for all of the shit that she did and all the shit, illegal shit she signed? Because a lot of this shit wouldn't have been possible without that illegal ass notary. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this bitch was indicted and she got 10 years and she's serving that in a California prison. Right back at you, bitch. Checkmate. Carolyn Labonte couldn't stand to see me win. This is a former boss. I ain't going to elaborate, except she has been indicted, and I understand she's receiving 15 years, and she's going to serve that in a California prison. Andrea Davis, now out of the hospital, awake from her coma, right? And she has been indicted and she's serving life in a California prison. Why? Because she was a part of killing cousin Mel. She was a part of stealing my money. She was a part of trying to take my life. She was a part of a lot of this shit. Raggedy bitch. Dominique Davis, this is Andrea's husband. I understand that he actually got a lighter sentence because he decided to help with the investigation. Good job. So he has been indicted though, and he will be serving 10 years in a California prison. Wendell Nelson, I understand, also received an indictment of life in prison for his participation. Backstabbing son of a bitch. Now, you all who've been knowing us since high school know that I saved this motherfucker's life on more than one occasion while he was going through his crack era. And this is how this bitch repaid me, by teaming up with Greg and stealing from me and trying to take my goddamn life, along with that troll he fucking married. All right, well, he received life in prison, but decided that he didn't want to serve his time, so he too thought he would go out and run around and start making false police reports and doing all kind of other nefarious shit, and I believe ended up in a fatal car crash. That part. Marie Nelson, or Rose Marie Nelson, or whatever this bitch calls herself, also was indicted. Again, stealing money as well as attempted murder on more than one occasion. I understand that she right now is in a coma. She's not waking up from it. I told you she was leaving, and that's what the fuck spirit means. She's leaving. All right, Mr. Ronnie Mason. Mr. So-called agent. Mr. Military Man. Just broke all kind of nefarious shit. Spying all in my goddamn house. Goddamn camera mirrors and that's all kind of nasty, disrespectful bullshit. And then he got the nerve to have some crazy ass goddamn wife. So these motherfuckers actually thought that she was going to send this motherfucker to harvest my energy so that I can take care of their goddamn family with his disease spreading ass. But no, not knowing that this motherfucker was on the down low and had been in a relationship with Gregory for over 10 years. Not to mention the shit he was doing with Cleo and everybody else. Yeah, they was all having a funky, nasty ass good time. Yeah, that part. You came to my house with your bullshit. And then you wanted to run around and lie on me and defame my name and act like I was trying to break up your marriage. Bitch, what? Okay, no problem. Death penalty. And he's serving that in an Arizona facility for what I understand. A Nevada facility. Mr. Ronnie Mason, where he also had my stolen house and stolen merchandise. Yeah, that part. Troy Peters, I understand, didn't even make it to his indictment because his coven decided that they were going to take it into their own hands and get him with what he loves most. So I understand that he had an intentional overdose because they tainted his drugs. Well, yes, his overdose was not accidental. It was intentional, and it was done by his own very own coven, the very people that he was working against me with. No honor among thieves. Troy's sister, Stacy Peters, with her jealous ass. You know, this bitch was sending me heart attack spells and all kind of other goddamn spells. These bitches been jealous since they were fucking teenagers. Mind you, I'm much older than these hoes, so I don't know why they thought they were in a competition. Needless to say, she too has been indicted, and her ass is serving life. She decided to run her ass back to New Orleans, thought she could hide, so she is serving life in a Louisiana prison. Cassandra Peters, also indicted. She's going to be serving 25 years in a California prison because she and her sister were both sending me heart attack spells and all kind of other fucking shit. Because again, like I said, these little bitches been jealous since they were teenagers. Like I'm in a competition with their raggedy asses, and I have not. I fed their asses. I housed their asses. I fed their goddamn mama. And this is the thanks I get from these raggedy bitches. So yeah, right back at you, sweetie. Kenneth Peters, the brother of Cassandra, the brother of Stacy, and the brother of Troy, decided to insert himself into this bullshit, and as a result, he too will be serving life in an Arizona facility. I told you, my ancestors are thorough, if they're nothing else, and they gangster like a motherfucker, and they don't play about your girl. All right, we're on number 20 here. Sydney Morris, the motherfucker that I did not grow up around, didn't know shit about me, but decided to work behind the scenes to try to take my fucking home. This one right here that I'm living in right now. And this is after stealing the home that Norman left for me in the will, the boat, the car, and everything else that was left in Norman's will. He worked with Cleo and Gregory and the rest of these goddamn thieves and Troy. Yeah, they all going down together. So Sydney Morris has been indicted and he has received life, and he'll be serving that in a California prison. Not to mention that he's been responsible for the death of other people that they don't know anything about. Including Daryl. Yeah, you did that shit. You and Pat. Sylvia Peters. She didn't stick around long enough to be indicted. She was too busy throwing all that black magic and car accident spells at me. So I understand this bitch has already met her demise. She had a fatal car crash in Louisiana. Works for me. Lisa Peters, Sylvia's daughter, bitch in New Orleans who was using my name and my likeness, okay, doing YouTube and doing dating sites and recruiting men pretending that she was me, taking people's money and leaving them hanging. Just a whole goddamn scandal that she was doing using my goddamn name, you raggedy bitch. Yeah, life in prison in Louisiana. Twanisha Bernal, Miss Braid Bar herself. You know, laundering money, playing with magic behind the scenes and lying, taking people's hair and using it in spells and not telling them. Yeah, bitch. I understand that you are not only indicted with life, but you went in there as an amputee because your ass ended up in a car accident before you went because you thought you was going to come for me. Yeah, that part. LaTanya Carr. We're up to number 24. LaTanya Carr didn't make it to her indictment because remember, this bitch called for my yacht. Yeah, she did. But what she didn't know is that's my people. When you call my people for me, what you gonna get? You gonna get whatever the fuck you asked for. So she called for my death, and death she did receive. So she's not here to be indicted. And no, bitch, you will not be resting in peace. That part. You're gonna spend your ass in purgatory. Got your memo. Mary Gladson. This is my next door neighbor. Again, somebody dropped the ball on this one too. So I understand this bitch is under house arrest for the next 25 years. But Spirit told me don't worry about it because she ain't even going to live that long. So that part right there, we're going to leave it at that. Her daughter, Tamika, don't know her last name, don't give a fuck about her last name. She was throwing kitchen magic with her mama. Why a bitch came here and got jealous? They went into my motherfucking personal business and got jealous. That's why you should have minded your business, all right? She lost her business, lost her license, oh yeah, and 20 years in a California prison. The crooked ass family court judge, the black one by the name of Judy, lost her bench, lost her robe, and she's going to be spending the next 25 years in prison. She's going to be there with people that she stole from, people that she hurt and harmed, people that she locked up that wasn't supposed to be. It's not going to be pleasant. They're going to fuck her up. Yeah, they are. Artist Tucker, my ex-fiance, who couldn't stand the fact that I don't play. So decided that after I broke up with him, he was going to try to make my life miserable. So he decided to team up with his sister-in-law, who he was fucking on the side, along with a couple of other people, right? His brother fresh out of prison, right? And they teamed up to do some scams, not just on me, but even on his own goddamn brother. So 14 years in a California prison. His sister-in-law, Vicky, who he was screwing on the side, who he helped to kill her husband for some life insurance. Yeah, 20 years in a California prison. So Charles Tucker is deceased. That was Vicky's husband. But again, they took him out for some life insurance. Pathetic motherfuckers. Harold Tucker. Death penalty. Why? Because he worked with Vicky and artists to take out their brother Charles for some life insurance, and the motherfuckers also tried to come for me for some life insurance. I don't even know these motherfuckers well enough for them to be putting any kind of policies on me. Who the fuck do these people think they are? And last but certainly not least, drum roll. My birth mother's Jamaican sister, who had been over there trying to take my life, who has been living on my goddamn property for years. Oh, I'm coming to get my shit. You better know it. I paid for people to gang stalk me, paid for people to try to take my life, work with other officials over there to steal my goddamn birthright. Yeah. Death penalty, bitch. Death penalty in Jamaica. You know that's going to be hard time. Let's give them all a round of applause, Billy. This is what happens when you attack an earth angel. This is what happens when you come for one of God's chosen ones. This is what happens when you ignore all the spiritual rules, all the criminal rules, all the laws of humanity. This is what happens when you come for the Empress. When you try to take out a motherfucking high priestess who outranks you on every fucking level. This is what happens. Tell a friend. Tell several friends. Especially anybody who might be thinking that they want to sit down and come up with another dumbass scheme. Come up with another dumbass plan. Come for your girl or her children or grandchildren in any type of way at all. This is what the fuck you can expect. I will see you. I will hear you. And I will come for your motherfucking throat. Why? Because I don't fuck with anybody. Most of you people never knew that I even had these type of skills. You had no idea that I was a psychic. You had no idea that I was a seer. You had no idea that I was a healer. You had no idea that I was an empress or a fucking high priestess. Why? Because I didn't run around bragging about a goddamn thing. All I did was work full-time, go to school full-time, take care of my kids, and mind my own goddamn business. But you motherfuckers wanted to insert yourselves into my fabulous life. And then you thought that you had the right to try to destroy it. This is what happens when you come for the anointed. You were told, touch not my anointed. Touch not my anointed. And do my prophets no harm. So everybody wanted to check the temperature. They want to find out what happened if we do this, and what'll happen if we do that, and what she gonna do about it. She can't see us. She don't know. It's so many of us. She would never figure this out. There's no way she's gonna know where this is coming from. Yes, the fuck I do. I can see you. I can hear you. I can smell you. I can even taste some of you motherfuckers. Don't come for me. Don't come for my motherfucking daughters. And don't come for my goddamn grandchildren. If you do, you will only have two options: prison or death. And I'm fly enough to let you choose, bitch. That part. Village, thank you for continuing to watch. Yes, please continue to send me your prayers as I shall you. Oh yeah, you know it takes a village, and you know I want you to talk about it. I want you to share it. Share the video. Share it. Send it to a friend. Tell a friend. All right? That part right there. Again, no money attached. I just need your energetic donations. All right? Namaste. Love y'all.